56-30, Vermont defeats NJIT as we're here post-game. We're with head coach Mike Lane. And coach, is this one of those you kind of just want to rip up and forget about?
Yeah, it goes in the Columbia file.
Okay, yeah.
I know that was an away game, but I just told the girls that's just, it's just a really bad day. We're not going to watch film of it. Just,
yep, that was my next question.
I think we got to take lessons right now from it, but the lessons are pretty easy. Shooting 2 for 23 from the arc, you're not going to win too many games, and we had good looks. I wouldn't say I loved our offense tonight, but I know that we had some good looks that normally would go down that didn't. But the 20 turnovers was a big problem, and the 16 offensive rebounds by Vermont was a big problem. But, 56 points, forcing 17 rebounds, holding them under 35% shooting. Right. The bones of the defense were there, but if you don't finish the possession, you're giving them points. And 7 offensive rebounds in the first 3 minutes of the game. It was just some of that was like a bad bounce. A couple of them were just long threes. Again, we still got to box those out, but just hard to watch. I'm sure, and very difficult to coach.
Yeah, I'm sure the hamster wheel was turning at points. I mean, look, you had to go to your bench. You're subbing people in and out. There were a few players that were able to give you some nice looks. I know Lizzie got going in the second half. Yep. Kiana must enjoy playing against Vermont. Yeah. She seems to really just kind of find her way. But I do have to ask you, and I hate singling people out, but very, very unlike seeing Kenna with 8 turnovers. Yeah. What was that from your vantage point?
The mind-boggling.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it just, but they were travels.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like it was like some bad call. I mean, it was just like, oh, that's a travel, and then they blow the whistle. I thought we over-dribbled as a team.
Okay.
And we talked about how they are actually in those driving lanes and they like to swipe down. They did it the first time. We talked about it, and we seemed to want to challenge it. And we really went right into the teeth of it quite a bit. And again, that was just bad execution on our part, and clearly some bad coaching. So I don't know what the message was there. So now you're driving into traffic and you can't get your feet down, and now you're just dragging that 1 foot, or you're taking an extra foot. And then I think it's one of those things where you got the yips.
Yeah.
It's like you can't make that throw from second to first, and now even she had like a fast break.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, okay, this is going to get her going, and then I could see it, just like that little pitter patter, and I'm like, that's a travel. Really tough game. We know Kenna's a really good basketball player and one of the best. By the time she graduates here, she's going to be one of the best players we ever have here. So, she'll be back in the gym. She'll be working on it. She'll be better. Just a bad day.
You and I could sit here and continue to dissect things, but why don't we just look ahead here now? Is it back to the? I mean, is it a situation where you have a practice? We have to get back to the basics, or it's like, hey, look, let's just throw this out as you said, and let's get back to game planning as we normally do, play NJIT basketball.
Yeah, we got to see the ball go through the net. I think that I thought that was. I mean, again, it's just like one of those things, like the ball just wasn't going down, and so now every shot feels bigger than it should be because you're trying to get the lid off. And so, then when the lid stays on, it's just like you saw our body language, and me included. And I haven't coached many halves where you only score 7 points.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm right there with the girls and with the team. We didn't handle it well because we were putting a lot of pressure. I just said it 2 seconds ago. I thought, oh, Kenneth's got a fast break.
Yes.
That will be the one to get us going. So just amazing kind of pressure on you to kind of break through. We just need to, kind of get back to the basics. Like I said, I liked a lot of our defense.
Oh, yeah.
We got to rebound a lot better. We got to be more physical on that side. So, we got, and we're facing Stony Brook. So they crash from every spot. That's going to be 32 offensive rebounds against Stony Brook. So, again, some of the defensive stuff is there. We got to get better at cleaning it up. Offensively, we know these players. This is not a trend.
No,
this is just a bad night. And so we just got to get back on the floor, start playing basketball, and feeling good again.
Because, you look at it and you sit there, Mike, and you go, 56 points for Vermont. You're thinking, man, our defense did a job.
If you'd asked me that at 4:30, I would have taken it. We wanted under 50. That was our goal.
Of course.
But I thought we put them on the line way too much. We gave them 11 points on the line, but that's some of it. So if we didn't give them those line points, I like a lot of what we did defensively other than the putbacks. Just the offense was not there, and it's like I said, it's really disheartening. Obviously, it's not the game the girls wanted to play. an important game. Obviously, at home, you don't want to drop a home game. But you know, I know these kids will work, and that's the best part of it. You know, like we'll come back and we'll work tomorrow.
And that's the beauty. That's the beauty part of it. You know, your team's gonna come back buster, but they're gonna work hard. And here's the nice thing too, Coach. You got a lot of games left.
Yep.
A lot
Right.
of games left,
Right.
and that's the nice thing. Maybe it's all right. Let's get a bad one out of the way here and keep playing. You know, try to play good basketball moving forward. So
yep. Gets their attention. So from
Yeah.
a coaching standpoint, I mean, you're 2 for 23 from the arc.
Right.
You know, that's not going to happen a whole lot. But you got to get in the gym and you got to start feeling confident. I thought some of our shots, even, it didn't look like we wanted to shoot it. We just didn't have like that rhythm a little bit. So again, you got to find that in your own individual work. And so that was a message in the locker room. And I know like that's what these girls will do. So a disappointing performance, but you know, we got to see what we're made of now. I mean, we have always had a run in us. We've dug some holes. You know, we've been there at Binghamton. At halftime, it wasn't good. At Albany, at halftime, it wasn't good. I got to figure out how to get these guys going right away, obviously. But we just got to stop digging these holes. But we've had a run all year, and maybe now they see, like, well, you don't always have a run in you.
Yes, right. Right, exactly.
You know, it doesn't happen. And this is what happens when you don't have a run. 15 doesn't get down to 5. 15 goes up to 25.
Oh, yeah.
And now it's just you can't do much.
All right, well, Coach, well, best of luck on Saturday at Stony Brook. Looking forward to seeing when you guys return home next week, and you know, let's hopefully get some wins and get back on the winning trail.
Yep, thanks, Mike. Sorry you had to watch that.
Hey, look, I believe in this team. I know these girls, they bust their butt. That's the thing too. Real quick before we bid adieu. Like even late in the fourth quarter, you're down by much. You're hustling. You're blocking shots, and I'm sure that's something. That
One of my favorite play of the night was Aria and Lizzie diving right here in front of you for a loose ball down 26. I mean, that's just who our kids are. We don't want to be defined by that necessarily, but that just shows like how much they love the game and how much I expect that. That's not something we have to get out of. So our body language might not have been great, but our effort was awesome all night.
Oh, without question.
And we just need to execute better, and that's what February is about. Got to execute now.
Certainly plenty of time. That's head coach Mike Lane. Thanks for watching.